Well, the car's still there, so it didn't get stolen. So now we'll see if we can get it fixed. All right, so we did find our problem yesterday. So this cable right here that's going into the alternator completely snapped off, completely done. So we're gonna disconnect the battery, and we went and got all the pieces to fix this. So hopefully it should be a pretty easy fix, or at least temporary fix, so we can get the car home and then we can really fix it. But we're gonna find out here in a second. All right, so we got everything taped up. All we had to do was cut these two wires off the new adapter and the old one and then wrap them together. We're just gonna electrical tape them just to get us home, and then we'll actually solder them and get it fixed permanently once we get this thing home. But hopefully this is gonna work. All right, moment of truth. Is it gonna work? Here we go. Nothing. I don't think so. We'll try it. We'll try jump starting it. Well, that didn't work either. We tried to put the jump starter on there, still didn't do anything. So our last resort before we just get it towed is we're going to take the battery off of the another vehicle, and we're hoping maybe this one has a bad cell, and that's why it's showing the battery's good, but it's really not. So we're going to try that, swap it over, and if it doesn't do anything then, because we know this battery's good, then we're just going to have to get it towed. Well, that didn't work either. So we've decided we're going to go get a new battery for the car, because they told me yesterday when they went to charge it that it was only on 1/4 of a life anyways. So we're just going to go ahead and try to get a new battery. We're hoping maybe one of the cells in the old battery is bad, and hopefully this will fix it. I don't have a lot of hope at this point. I'll be very happy and excited if this does fix it, but knowing this car, I don't have a lot of hope at this point. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. If not, we're gonna just get it towed back, and we'll deal with it at some point down the road. All right, so that didn't work. So we called the tow company. They're on the way here. We don't really know how long it's gonna take for them to get here. They gave me like an estimated time of like 90 to 120 minutes. So I'm hoping it's not gonna really take that long, but we'll see. But in the meantime, while we're waiting, we're kind of in a really small town. We went to visit this little gas station they have here to get us some snacks while we wait. And we couldn't pass up these koozies that we found. This one says, "It's not that I can and others can't, it's that I will and others won't." That's a good one. And then we have this one that says, "Two things even Americans should know how to use, neither of which are taught in school." So you gotta love a good old small town southern convenience store. And the lady that was there working also told me they had air fresheners and tumblers with this kind of stuff too. So if you're ever in Elba, Alabama, and you want some of these sweet koozies or air fresheners or tumblers, you can check out the BP, and they'll have them there. Or maybe, unless people come all buy them out, because I'm sure they're really flying off the shelves. We also got the wrap snacks to try. This is the barbecue cheddar Snoop Dogg chips, and they're not bad. They're pretty good. Well, we got her loaded up on the trailer, so I guess it's about time to take it back home. There she goes, back home, but not driven under her own power. He's gonna, oh, I thought he was gonna go get us some gas or something. Oh, whoa, a little bouncy there. All right, the Corvette made it back to the barn. Not on its own power, but you know what? At least it's back home now. All right, here we go. Now comes the fun part of trying to get this thing back in the barn. All right, so update, we did get the Corvette home safely. Fortunately, we did not get our problem solved there. We had to bring it home on the tow truck, as you saw, but I think we do have a couple of things that we think may be the solution. There's a couple different issues. It could be the starter. It could be a fuse that's bad. I'm going to check that. There's also something that we found out that this is a common issue, and it has something to do with the headlight relays, which would make sense of why my electric headlight motors are not popping up. So we're going to do some investigating. That'll probably be in a different video, and see if we can figure out what's going on with this car and get it back up and running as soon as possible. But I do have to take a moment, number one, to shout out Haggerty. We have Haggerty insurance on this car, and that was my first time using their like road assistance program. So we're part of the Haggerty Drivers Club. It's like an additional thing you can add onto your insurance. I think it's like they have 3 different tiers, and you add that onto your, I don't remember exactly how much the cost is, but I want to say it's only like a couple dollars a month, like 10-15 bucks a month. And what that does is kind of an extra insurance case. So like it offers free flatbed towing, unlimited flatbed towing, which was a huge plus and came in really handy with this situation. And it says that they don't take recommendations on towing companies. Luckily I was local, so there are only a couple of towing companies that are in the area, and the one that I really wanted to use happened to be the one that got called, so I got really lucky on that one. But the tow truck driver was telling me that even with that, you can send them a suggestion. They just don't necessarily have to honor it. But going off of that, I do have to give a huge shout out to Kevin Goodyear Towing. They've taken care of me in the past. They've towed this car several times when I've had issues. And again, it was a perfect, flawless experience. The driver was very professional. He was very cautious and safe in loading it up. It's one of those companies that I don't really have to worry about. I don't have to stand there and watch them and make sure that they're going to not scratch the car. And like, they're super professional. But yeah, overall, Kevin Goodyear Towing, I can't thank them enough. They have come in clutch several times, helped me get this car where it needed to go when it was stranded. So if you guys are ever looking for a tow, I know that they're based here in Enterprise, but I know they travel like quite a bit. I don't know exactly what their max range is, but I've seen them kind of all over the state. I would definitely recommend them, Kevin Goodyear Towing. I'll leave a link to their website down in the description, because if you're in the area and you need a good, reliable tow that, you know, you don't have to worry about them messing up your car, I would definitely recommend Kevin Goodyear Towing. So I do have to give both them and Haggerty a shout out for making this awful experience honestly kind of pleasant and as easy as it could have gone. So most importantly, we do have the car. It's safe and home. Now we can kind of work on it, dissect it, and really figure out what's going on with the car. But I was just glad to get it home. I kind of second guessed myself leaving the car where it was overnight, but it's here. We're good. And I do now. I was planning on getting this set up, and I didn't actually have it. But you know, starting now, they're actually here. I've got trackers I'm putting on all my vehicles, so if worst case scenario, if something were to happen, I would be covered there. All right, so with that being said, I think that's going to do it for this video. Again, kind of an unfortunate situation, but you know, you got to do the best you can, and we're going to get the problem figured out. So if you're watching this video, you like the content, you'll definitely see more on this Corvette and all my other vehicles. Make sure you like this video, subscribe. It'll help us kind of get the channel where we want to get it. And again, just thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.